welcome back to the channel. So today it's another 2026 550e plug-in hybrid variant of the G65 series. So there's xDrive by default. There's also M Sport by default. It also comes standard with the panoramic glass roof panel. Let's begin up front with our Phytonic Blue. So headlights, dual headlight design and quotation marks for the daytime ring lights, plus shadow line lights and the coloring out there in the corner. The grille is blacked out, so that means M Sport Professional is also illuminated. And then we have the parking assistance camera there. You can see it on the driver's side of the grille. That is part of either the premium or executive package, and it's Parking Assistance Plus. Parking Assistance Pro is available for download through the Connected Drive store. Then you got a sensor there. That could be either ACC Stop and Go or Driving Assistance Pro. This one has Driving Assistance Pro. So that means you do get highway assistance on the new G60 here. Moving over to the side, we got the style 938Ms. Again, this is my favorite wheel design on the current generation G65 series. Unfortunately, they made a change for model year 26, so it only comes available with all-season tires. Before, you had a choice between that and the summer tires. You'll see the blue M Sport calipers, and we have floating hubcaps or center caps as well. And then that's your charging port there, the front fender. And being a plug-in hybrid, you can get about 40 miles of range, give or take a little bit, depending on how you drive. So it is essentially the X550e in sedan form. So battery size about 19.4 kilowatt hours. And capable of charging at 11 kilowatts on a level 2. Out back, you have the gurney flap here in high gloss black. You've got xDrive badging, and then 550e badging. The 5 front part of that is in very large font compared to everything else. Down below, we have a diffuser that is high gloss black, and the exhaust tips are there. They're just pointed down rather than protruding through the bumper. So again, if you want protruding exhaust tips, you have to step up to the M5, at least here in the United States. And there's that rear 3/4 view of Phytonic Blue. And this car is really well equipped. It even has a dynamic handling package, which gets you integral active steering, in other words, rear wheel steering. And I think it's the adaptive M Suspension Professional. But let's go inside, go over pricing and options on this good-looking 550e, in my opinion. All right, to open up, we have the Silverstone and Atlas Gray extended merino leather, so door card. Upper portion feels like leather, but could be synthetic as well. That is an Atlas Gray, and then some Silverstone here in the middle. Your controls here, they are now high gloss black, in other words, fingerprint magnets and dust magnets. Lower portion door card, scratchy black plastic. All right, and here are your seats. See the head restraint with the Atlas Gray on the outside there. Pretty comfortable seats as well. Down below, adjustments for lumbar support. Now, adjustments for the side bolster adjustment are in the seat app menu. These seats are not powered, doesn't have the luxury seating package, which means this is a manually powered crumb catcher here. And nothing on the door sill. All right, so on the inside here is your M Sport steering wheel. Flat bottom with M badging, but no M stitching. Controls on the left-hand side for cruise control and assisted driving. You have your shift paddles, the boost function. Airbag cover here is in plastic. And from the iDrive 8.5 live cockpit, now there's a little warning there for about the charging of the battery. This has not been charged fully yet. That will disappear once that happens for the first time. Head-up display. There's the curved display here. Upper portions dashboard, softish plastic or synthetic material up there. Then in the middle of this dashboard, you've got your vent controls. These are basically touchscreen, if you will. And the trim here is the aluminum rhombosil. Down below in the center console area, you have your wireless charging tray only on this side. This side does nothing. Cup holders and USB-C charging ports. This one has the executive package, which means you get glass control. So drive selector, nub, iDrive controller, and the volume wheel are all in crystal or glass. All right, starting price of the 2026 550e is $74,800. Metallic paint is another $650. The leather is another $2450. Dynamic handling pack for $2,200. Driving Assistance Pro for $2,500. M Sport Pro for another $1050. Exec package for $2,650. Those 20-inch wheels add another $800. 4-zone climate control, which used to not be available through normal ordering processes here in the United States, now for $650. Same as before, because you could order that through B&W individual. We got Bowers Wicked sound system for $950. That's not the diamond surround system that you might be familiar with. Then we got Wheelock's Floating Cupcats First Aid Kit and Performance Formats. All told, MSRP this particular example, $90,795. And then opening up the shade is opposite of what you're used to in B&W, so push that thing forward. All right, so we move to the back here. There's no comfort access on the rear doors. Here's the rest of that Silverstone and Atlas gray. I think a pretty good combination in contrast with the Phytonic Blue paint. Here's a view of the cockpit from the back seat. And then that glass panel shade open. And then out back, got your vent controls, USB-C charging ports, plus the climate control console there for your rear passengers. And then there's also a USB-C charging port in the back of each of the front seats, plus the travel and comfort system. Even legroom, pretty good. The same can be said about headroom back to the 5 Series. You should not be wanting of headroom unless you are very, very tall. All right, so move to the back here. And then we can utilize our kick to open. That pops up. Then here's the cargo area. Of course, you also fold down the rear seats for even more room. There's no extra storage space down below. Here's your new mobility kit here. And your flexible fast charger 2.0. Now, you can use kick to close or press the button here on the tailgate. Make way to the front and pop the hood. Taking more of Phytonic Blue. Pretty good looking blue. Obviously not as dramatic or as poppy as, say, something like Marina Bay Blue or San Marino Blue, but still pretty good. All right, so underneath the hood here is the BX B1 Powertrain. That includes the B58 inline-6 3-liter turbo engine, plus the hybrid motor setup. So combined output, 483 horsepower and 516 torques. So plenty of power in this thing. And of course, it can be pretty practical with the electric range you can get out of this thing. Of course, depends on how you drive the vehicle. And that's it for a quick look at this 550e in Phytonic Blue. See you at the next one.